Tonight, we've got Tiziana Tambora. Shay and I met Tiziana this last year and both just immediately, completely enamored by her. Her smile, her personality, just who she is and how she shows up in the world is wonderful. Both Shay and I just completely fell in love with her. She is co-author for Sweet Gratitude. It's the Cafe Gratitude book of desserts. And she is the one who developed and created these desserts, these incredible desserts that you're eating tonight. So obviously she's done, if you're eating those right now, you know she's done an amazing job. She's also a somatic experiencing practitioner. So she works with people to help them understand how emotions affect the body and vice versa, how the body affects your emotions. So that said, she is going to be speaking tonight on the topic of raw desserts, emotions, and the body connection. Please welcome Tiziana Tambora.
What an introduction. Thank you. Hi. Well, thank you, Stefan and Shay. We really want to thank them for putting so much work into these events. And thank you, Cafe Gratitude, for opening the space. Can you guys hear me well? Great. For opening the space and making a change in the flow in the service in every evening here, every Monday evening. And most importantly, thank you, all of you, for being here tonight, for making space in your busy lives, and for everything that it took to get here. And by that I mean your entire life, everything that it took to get here. So, my name is Tiziana and Alipo Tambora. Forget about the last name for now, just remember the first name. I am the co-author of Sweet Gratitude, the dessert cookbook from Cafe Gratitude. I created most of the recipes. I love desserts. I love to make them. I love to eat them. I love sweetness. I really am completely fascinated by desserts. I'll give you a little bit of background and then we'll start really integrating together what we're here for tonight, which is the understanding of the role that dessert playing in our life and sweetness, and how that affects our emotions and how that affects our body, and how everything we experience on an emotional level also has an effect on our physiology. And it's just like one big loop going around, and we have all these amazing tools. And we can choose which one works for us best in that specific moment. We have so many resources that we can go to and really, really use them to find the best unique balance for ourselves, because we are all unique and we need to constantly learn about that fine dynamic that will express our uniqueness. And that will be part of oneness. If you already know the book, you probably have seen that each chapter is also connected with an emotional state of being. So there is guilt, there is trust, there is love, there is oneness, and most importantly, being present. And that's something that we will really apply to dessert making, because dessert making is a wonderful, wonderful way to practice being present, really. So a little bit of background. By the way, I'm a little nervous, but that's gonna go away really soon. I'm Italian. I grew up in North Italy, right on the border with Slovenia. I grew up in a farm in a really, really small town. So I have been blessed with the most amazing produce, the most amazing food and grains from the farm and flour, like everything from the farm, to the point that I didn't even know that the word seasonal existed because it just didn't make sense to me. It's just what you have in the farm, right? And on top of that, what's really amazing, and I understand it now more than I did back then, is that I grew up with the experience of making everything from scratch. The experience of not using a recipe, but knowing what is, having a sense of what is the result that you want to create, and through that experience building up a memory of how to get to that result by using your visual, your touch, the smell, even feels. It feels right. It doesn't feel right. It looks something else, but then you use your own feelings as well, right? And I also, it was amazing because my mom was making these like incredible recipes really quick, and she was feeding a big family, so big quantities. And my grandma, in the other end, she was like going through all these processes, like 3-4 days, a lot of anticipation and all that, and the quantities were really small, but the result was fantastic. So what I bring to the practice, it really is this integration of both these experiences, and sweet gratitude has been developed and created with an understanding of you can build your own experience, starting with something that is very simple, allowing yourself to become more confident and more comfortable with the ingredients and the recipes, and then keep building on those skills and trying something new, challenge yourself a little bit. So that's what I bring to the practice in terms of desserts, and also the sense of like they are special. Desserts is something that is connected with celebration of love for each other, of joy. They are always connected with some festivity, either being a holiday, a birthday, a wedding, some milestone achievement. Desserts are really like a big part of our culture. And it's not like a new creation. Like while I was still in Italy, I knew about recipes that were actually from medieval times, and they were not just using fruit for desserts, but corn, squash, caramelized onion, and carrots. All was used for desserts. And on top of that, what we're going to integrate here tonight is also my macrobiotic experience, which is a practice that I follow for the last nearly 20 years. I am a somatic experiencing practitioner, and acupressure student, and a raw foodist. So all of it, we're going to bring all of it together, create oneness with that. I'll say a little briefly, I'm not sure how many people have heard about macrobiotics, but very briefly is like the practice and lifestyle that brings together the principle of yin and yang in cooking style, in choosing the food, in thinking about your lifestyle. So foods are combined to best create that balance. Somatic experiencing is the understanding of how everything that we experience on an emotional level does have an impact on our biology. We are sensing that experience. So through the understanding of what the nervous system is doing in that specific moment and why, and educating ourselves in understanding what is happening in that moment, we can learn to better be in those experiences and release them. And it's a really, the practice